Like, she's like wrapped up in some fantasy of what she thinks that her life could be if she just were to easily just like get away from this. Like, she has this whole fantasy life planned out in which she's the breadwinner. That the book makes sense to me, because it's like I'm jumping into the spotlight the second I get, because I'm sick of him being in the spotlight. She just wants to, any way that she can put herself on that pedestal and knock him off of it.
Book author accused of killing her husband. According to court documents, the KOURI RICHINS case has received so much national attention. Those involved, attorneys, witnesses, and the court have been bombarded by media outlets. RICHINS has been in touch with a documentary filmmaker while she's been in jail. A criminal defense attorney explains how a gag order could conflict with RICHINS' constitutional rights.
So what's interesting about the gag order is you can't limit a defendant's right to free speech. So she's free to do interviews, make a documentary, make whatever statement she wishes, that she's not limited. Now, she has a Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. She doesn't have to say anything.
Now, if granted, that order could prevent anyone involved in the case from publicly commenting on it outside of court documents.
But it's weird, because usually when you see things like this, it's because the partner is making the other person feel insignificant or like insecure, but it's not coming from him. This is a her problem. Like, this is her problem with herself. For him, I almost feel like it's almost like a wrong place, wrong time situation, but like you picked the wrong partner, and this partner was a ticking time bomb that was not going to be appreciative of any life that you gave to her. I know that sounds harsh, but that's what I'm getting from this girl.
Here's what's been amended on those charges. We've now learned that after her husband Eric's death on March 4th of last year, KOURI hired a locksmith to open Eric's safe containing between $125,000 and $165,000. Eric's sister told KOURI she didn't have the rights to those funds, resulting in KOURI punching her. Eric also opened a living trust and placed the trust as his life insurance beneficiary instead of KOURI. We also now know that KOURI had purchased at least 4 life insurance policies on Eric RICHINS with death benefits of over $1 million.
She wanted to be the breadwinner. She wanted to be the one that was on top. She wanted to be the one that was seen as, you need me. I don't need you. You need me. That's what she wanted. And she was unable to get that with him. And there was definitely a power dynamic struggle. She did not like that she needed him, but he did not need her. I'm doing something illegal or immoral that's going to tear my family apart. This is, I'm unhappy with my own life decisions. I want to leave you, but I know that I don't hold a match to what you'll be able to bring to the table in terms of, if you want to fight me for custody, you're going to get it. I don't have enough to show to keep my life together as it is if I were to leave. She wanted to be the breadwinner, and it's like a jealousy almost that like stemmed into this hatred towards him. But I'm not reading this as he was abusing her. I'm reading this as, I want my cake and I want to eat it too, and you stand in the way of me doing that. This seems very immature on her part. I mean, that seems kind of obvious, right? But like I'm saying, behind closed doors, I don't feel as though she ever reached the maturity level that her age presents her to be. 7 of Swords reversed, there's the betrayal. And I need to make sure that I don't become unhappy. I'm unhappy married and I want to be single, but if I'm single and you're alive, then I'm going to be single and broke, and I can't do that. Ever since she made the decision, he was able to see her energy change. So he was reading the situation correctly by telling people what was going on. I do believe that the previous attempts, how they said Valentine's Day, he was not feeling well. This to me is I tried and it didn't work, and then I tried again until it worked. Once I make the decision to go through with this, I'm going to keep doing it until I get my way. That's why it's the overkill. 4 times the lethal limit. She had to make sure that he passed away. she knew that he knew. She knew that he knew that she was attempting, and she was like, next time I do it, it's got to work, because if not, I'm not going to get the chance again. That's why the overkill of 4 times the lethal limit. He knew that she had tried before, and she knew that he knew. So she looked for the right opportunity and said, this time when I do it, I got to make sure that there's no way that he comes out of it. 3 of Cups to me is the overpour, or the overkill aspect of it. Making sure I give you more than enough so that I can, celebrate. The sister-in-law said the party she was, what was the quote? Where she was drinking and celebrating. Look at that, drinking and celebrating. So we have, I don't want to continue to be unhappy. I want your money. I want my cake and I want to eat it too. I decide to betray you. I try to, it doesn't really work, but everything is still going to crap. And I know that you know that I tried to do this. So I need to make sure that this time it goes according to plan and that you don't wake back up. So then after the fact, after the overkill, then I have my celebration because I got what I wanted through this betrayal. She got what she wanted by his passing. This is, I guess, eventually if she does admit fault, but her defense strategy would be something along the lines of, I wanted to leave and he wouldn't let me leave. He would ruin my life and he would make it so that I couldn't see the kids, or he would financially hold this burden over my head so that my life would fall apart. It's something like that that's going to come out. She will essentially go with, he wouldn't want to be ego hurt by me leaving him, and how that would look from other people. It would look like he was a failure or something. So he would not let that happen and he wouldn't let me leave. So I was fearing for my life. That's kind of what she's going to go with, I believe. Is it true? No. I don't believe there was abuse here. Queen of Pentacles. Underneath of the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, she's just trying to, this would only be to protect herself. It wouldn't be an accurate representation. There was not abuse. And she wanted to make sure that if she was leaving with money, and she knew that he, especially after attempting this the first time, was not going to easily let her just take his money and leave. King of Wands, underneath of the Star. Yeah, she's going to pull in something about trying to make it look like he wouldn't let her leave because of it, what it would do to the reputation, but it's not accurate. This is, I want my cake and I want to eat it too, and I want to make sure that I'm not broke when I leave you. She allegedly told police that she and her husband were celebrating that night because she had sold a house. Told you she wanted to be the breadwinner. And beauty agency is making me feel very superficial as well. So like, she cares a lot more about how it looks on the outside than how it feels on the inside. Oh my gosh, look, it's a skeleton with a crown. I said she wanted to be the breadwinner. That's literally an image of that happening. I'm making you into a skeleton so I can be the one in charge. Yes, but she's going to try some kind of weird, aggressive strategy revolving around revolving around what? Chariot, Ace of Pentacles. She's going to try and make it look like he was under a lot of pressure and began to succumb to that pressure. She's going to make it look like a suicide. She's going to make it look like a suicide that he told her that he was going to do, and she didn't take him seriously. It's setting a precedent for something.